I saw this tweet, and it's comparing two things that are unjust. And that's something that somebody who is looking for the kingdom of God doesn't do. Because what they do is, they look for the kingdom of God when something unjust has happened, and they don't look for something that is also unjust. The kingdom of God is a place where the righteous rule with Christ as their leader. So that is what you compare things that happen in the world that are unjust. And in this tweet, you can see the mistake of the world. There's no solution ever. It's like, oh, this is horrible thing, this is horrible thing, let's put them in order, which is worse, you know. Let's try to make a point using these horrible things. Those people are evil, those people are nasty. But they're not even looking for the holy righteousness of God. They're not looking for the kingdom of God. So how could these people ever solve any problems? They can't. They can just persecute one another. Like a snake that eats its own tail, that's all they can do. But in this tweet, you can see what you are not supposed to do if you are looking for the kingdom of God. You're supposed to compare something horrible that happens before you with the thing that is the kingdom of God that you love, that you search for, that you understand. And that's what I did. I had never heard of this Caliph person, this American citizen who they locked up without trial for years and years, and he spent most of it, as I understand it, in solitary confinement. Okay. It was a really bad place that they placed him in. This basically a child, basically like a teenager. But what I want to talk about is something that you can find on his Wikipedia page if you want to read it. And that is, the people are not ready. His case was brought to the court system, the justice system of America, the United States, multiple times, and it dragged on. Years and years, the people were just not ready to handle it. The people were not just ready to handle it. Over and over again. And this is a man's life being drained away from him, and there is no justice to be had here. He's just going back to wherever he came from, and we will not even deal with the case. Never mind get it right. We're just gonna postpone it like it doesn't matter, and this is how the system works. The so-called justice system of the United States. The people were not ready to be righteous. That's what it looks like before the throne of God. In the kingdom of God, what this means is American people are not righteous people. That's how you should understand this. And this is something that is eternally true. That when this man's case was being handled, the people were not ready to be righteous. They ignored him. They threw him back in the cage. This person who had not committed the theft of a backpack that they accused him of. And something wonderful happened. After was it 2 or 3 years, the United States government offers him a plea deal. This person whose life they don't care at all about. They just tell him, oh, we'll let you go. You know, even though you're not guilty of anything and we haven't proven anything and we haven't convicted you of guilty. If you take this plea deal of ours, just admit it. You did the crimes and we'll let you go. And what happened is Caliph did not take the plea deal. He did not sell his soul. He was somebody who was looking for justice. And like the people who were not ready, this also is something that is looked at quite a bit different before the throne of God. It is the government of the United States, the people who are not ready to be righteous, begging this man, please take our plea deal so we can be so the wrath of God does not destroy us. That's how you should think about it. That's how it is. They were pleading for themselves. Just take our plea deal, please. I know we won't admit it or anything like that, but we have basically suck the life out of you to the point where you will kill yourself in the future. Just take this plea deal. We didn't do anything bad, right? That's what they're begging for. That's what the plea deal will be like before the throne of God, before the kingdom of God. In the kingdom of God. And he denied them this escape because he was looking for true righteousness, true justice, that he was not receiving from the world. Caliph was. And it is the Son of God who will pass this judgment. Like the case that will be brought before him, he is the one who will judge it. The American people who are not ready to be righteous, they will be ashamed. I can't judge them because it's not my place. I don't know how the Son of God in the kingdom of God will judge them, but I know that this is a case that maybe even I want to bring before him. Because it's all written there. By the words that come out of your mouth, you will either be justified or condemned. Well, what do you think this means for the armies of the United States? They are condemned. They are not the angels of God. When the Antichrist comes and he takes control of the world, you will know that the Americans and their armies and their mighty power that they have in the world, it is not just because they will be condemned by the words that they spoke. The people are not ready. If you look for the kingdom of God, you'll see these things and you will thirst for them. You'll put your hands together and say, God, let this already happen. It's time for the second coming. These are the last days. They better be the last days. The words are on paper. It's in black and white. What more do you need, God? Demand for justice, like the people under the altar. Caliph will get his justice, and his heartbroken mother will be healed. And this will be a fantastic day. Thanks to Christ, the Messiah, Yeshua. This is what you should hope in. This is what you should believe in. Okay, guys?